Hey, Karen. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm excited to watch this today.
I don't know. So this is one of the things we're making.
Oh, very cool.
This is gooey butter cake.
Okay.
They serve it. That's it. And yeah, I know. I'm like, I'll have to make an Italian beef and show it to you guys. So anyway, it's in
That's
the car.
exciting.
Here.
Hey, Cece.
Hey, Rachel.
How are you?
Let's see if you can see that. Can you see that? Hopefully I won't drop it.
Oh my gosh. Ooh.
Let's go. That's it. A nutshell.
I don't cook very often, but I'm starting to, so I'm excited to get some new recipes.
Well, I like my crock pot and my sorry. I like to use my crock. Okay, so went to Jimmy John's. Dale bread. 50 cents.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
That's
But
awesome.
It's still like great. Or you can get a regular loaf for like $2. Which
Oh,
is
wow.
still cheaper than the breads, like if you're at the grocery store.
Yeah.
And it's close to work. And they have a drive-up.
So Rachel, I want to, since we're both logged in as host, I'm hoping that you still have this permission. I want you to make Karyn the host. So open up participants.
Okay.
Okay.
Just 1 second. I'm on join a meeting, host a meeting, my account, the homepage.
Across the bottom of your screen, put your cursor on the screen, on the Zoom screen, and across the bottom, the options is manage participants.
Okay. I'm on it switched me to the app.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I have two screens up on my
Click on manage participants, and you'll have a bar on the side pop up with our names in it.
Karyn Porter. Just
Yep,
click
so
this.
go to Karyn's and go to more. And one of your options should be make host.
Okay, perfect. All right.
Now let Karyn, Karyn, you'll get a pop-up that says you're now the host.
Okay.
Thank you. That's easy.
Oh, I heard a ding.
So now what happens is, so Karyn, your screen is going to stay big and all the rest of us are going to stay small. So we can see you.
Stop here.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm gonna, it might just be an intimate group and that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's okay.
Can I log out now and log back in under me?
Sure.
Will that work? Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm just cutting bread right now, so.
You're awesome. I'm just eating chips and salsa.
Excellent. The dog's just stalking me right now because he thinks he's gonna get something.
You mean he's not?
For me, he's not.
Oh, you're a strict mama.
No, not really. Seriously, look at this face. Like, seriously, look at that face. Samson, what are you doing? Look up here.
Aw. Hey, Samson. Hi, sweetie.
He's like, where's my food?
I know, right?
No, you cannot have food. So yeah, I didn't really realize that was a thing, but everybody likes Jimmy John's bread, so.
I've only had their sandwiches a couple of times.
Well, I feel like they're cold sandwiches, so I feel like I can make this sandwich at home,
Mm-hmm.
And I prefer croissant over bread, so
Oh, okay.
make a sandwich at home.
More butter than carbs, right?
Right. Well, okay, which we're committed tonight. So.
It's keto bread, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think there's such thing.
The cloud bread. You need to look up the cloud bread.
Cloud bread? Okay. So
It's made with,
I'm sure somebody's figured it out, though.
yeah, the cloud bread is made with egg whites.
oh, okay. You said club or cloud?
I don't know, my sister
Like clouds in the sky.
that was keto and gluten-free and whatever, and it was good. Or I think it was keto. I don't know. She has a lot of things. So.
Like I can do the cheese things, and I can do the cloud bread's not bad, but I can't do the cauliflower stuff. It's cooked cauliflower. You even say it. It's really, really sweet to me.
Oh, really?
So it ends up, yeah. So it ends up, it's like sweet tater tots or sweet French fries or sweet mashed potatoes. Like, nope, I don't do that. I don't make a sweet and savory ever. I can't stand it.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. So,
But I have made all those. They're not really hard to make. They just taste weird to me. They don't to other people.
yeah.
Just weird.
So, I'm having peach tea.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, so you have to make this cloud bread. I can't just find it on Amazon, can I?
No,
The
there's
recipe?
no,
Oh,
there's no preservatives or anything in it, so there's you can't package it. It would just smush completely.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll look it up. I'm cooking more.
yeah. Okay. That's a timer for something else, but that's the kids are having curly fries with this and whatever.
Favorite curly fries are the seasoned ones from Arby's.
Yeah, that's what they are, the frozen ones,
I love them.
and they're very, very good. My family loves them. So my daughter had asked for me to make macaroni and cheese, and I said probably not tonight. You know, because she wanted me to make homemade macaroni and cheese. I'm like, yeah. So, yeah. Okay. I don't think anybody's enjoyed it, but we'll go ahead and start. This is super easy.
Please do.
So I'll probably put like, if I can, like I took pictures of all the stuff.
Yeah.
And I can put the recipe on like the page, like Facebook page. Okay. So really, so in the Italian beef, I'll move the lid. So it's you can actually buy the shaved beef in packs like this from Harris Teeter, or if you have a butcher, you can have him tell you when it's shaved, and it's the same type of stuff that you would put for like a Philly beef steak kind of thing. And so anyway, it's a entire jar of, I think it's pepperoncinis is how they say them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like just a can of beef broth or beef broth, use like 12 ounces. And it's a package of Good Seasons Italian mix. And you pour it in there and mix it up. And then you put the meat in here, the shaved beef, and that's what you get. And then we put them on bread, which we'll toast. And then my husband likes cheese on his, but my son doesn't eat cheese. He doesn't eat dairy. He eats pizza. Yes. Everybody else. Does he eat pizza? Yes. Will he eat a cheese pizza? No. He will eat pepperoni, but he will not eat a cheese. So anyway, so yeah, that's it. You just pour it over the meat that you put in the crock pot, and then you let it cook for like 4 hours on low. And because it's so thin, it doesn't take long for it to cook. And that's it. But it's all
tangy.
What?
It's all tangy from the pepperoncinis.
I'm sorry, it cut out. Sorry. It what?
The flavor. tangy, vinegary?
I would say, I don't know. I would say a little tangy because the combination. I mean, it's not. I use the sweet. You can use hot if you want hot.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
I just use the very mild, very like the sweet ones, and then you've got the Italian and the beef, and that's it. It's nice. Like I know a lot of people use their crock pot in the winter, and I do too. But I like using them in the summer because it doesn't heat the house up.
Oh yeah.
So, do a lot of things there. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the fries out of here. Woo! There we are. Okay.
Ask a very basic question.
Yes.
Is a crock pot the same as a slow cooker?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Now,
Not the same as a pressure cooker.
Yeah, does I hear explode, so I'm never going to get one of those. Or
okay.
can.
But basically, you got your
I
Instapot.
love pressure cooker.
Your Instapot is the same thing as a pressure cooker, except it's electronic.
Okay.
And the nice thing about an Instapot is that you can actually put your stuff in there, and then it will keep it warm for up to 12 hours. So it'll cook as long as it needs to, and then it will just be warm up to 12 hours. So if you get caught at work or something.
Yeah, because you can make beef stew in 30 minutes. But you can also do, like when I do my my flank steak tacos, I'll do it on the slow cooker setting. So that'll be the 4 hours.
Yeah.
Instead of the fast.
So if you don't have a slow cooker or a crock pot, I would recommend that people get one that's an Instapot combo because you have a lot more options. And yes, they're going to cost you a little bit more, but once you figure them out, they're so worth. I think what you have to do, like you can do steel cut oatmeal in like 5 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah, and so sometimes what I will do is cook a bunch of it and put it in jars, put it in the refrigerator, and you just heat it up during the week. If you're a big oatmeal person. I get a lot of acid reflux from it, so I don't, as much as I like oatmeal, I have to pace myself. The other thing my biggest thing is I love eggs, and you can do.
Oh, I finally got an egg tray. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got 2 egg trays, so I stack them on top of each other. So I can do 18 eggs, but I can do deviled eggs in 20 minutes, and that is from the time you put them in there till the time they're done. Like you can make them. It's that quick. And
so I get a kit and have the sous vide egg silpat. We're making those so good. So Rachel, have you had the sous vide egg bites from Starbucks?
Yes.
No.
Oh, yeah, you need to have them.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the thing that will make hard-boiled eggs, and you put an egg in each one of these. And I actually have 2 of these, and I put all the eggs in one and do another. So like when I usually bring something, I bring deviled eggs. Nobody ever makes them, but they're super easy to make.
Yeah.
And they peel. Like when you boil eggs, like sometimes they don't very nice.
Yeah.
Phenomenally. So it's
Wow.
this is what I use for like meats. I put it in the bottom. So
Nice.
yeah, so those were worth the little things that I found. The other thing is I love putting like chili because you can ground the beef, or if you're gonna make a roast, you can like saute it in the Instapot and then change the setting and put it on a slow cooker. Or
put it right in there.
Quickly, I can put it on. Depending on where it's at. If if it's frozen, I can put it on like an hour 15, and it will just. It's like
I did that with a pork roast. About 2 weeks ago, I did a pork roast and seared it and put it in there for 30 minutes. Then added the potatoes and the carrots for like 10 minutes, and they're done.
And you're done.
It was awesome.
Yeah. So the other thing that my family really likes is I make ribs. And I used to like put them in the oven, they were low, and let them cook all day.
Yeah.
I cut them up, put them in the Instapot, and then they cook for like 35 minutes. And then I put them on the grill like they've been done all day. So it's just a
I
lot.
hadn't thought of that. That sounds great.
Yeah, the ribs, my mom was shocked. She was like, these are amazing. So, but anyway, so that's the biggest thing. The other thing I thought that I would make today, and I can make it real quick, but my daughter, but is the gooey butter cake. And it is in fact, my mother, it's always been called a gooey butter coffee cake because it's so sweet, like it's great with coffee. Mm-hmm. And my mom liked nuts, so she would always put nuts on the top. My family did not like nuts, so we steer clear of those. So I don't know if you like want to watch me make one real quick because it doesn't take that long. It's literally like 6 ingredients. It'll take about 10 minutes if you want to see it put together. If not, I'll send you the recipe. But this is what they look like.
So beautiful.
What'd you say?
I said they're so beautiful.
They're very good. Like my neighbors are going to be stoked that we have them because we won't eat all of them. Neighbors will get it. That's my daughter Gabrielle.
Gabrielle.
I would say to bring him to the office, but you know.
She said you can have them once
I'm
a
the
year.
only there, so I'm going to say no. I'm the only one there, so I'm going to say no. I cleaned out the refrigerator. Did you not understand how that was? 3 weeks, nobody at the office, and there was stuff in the refrigerator. Oh,
no.
Yeah.
I should have checked.
And then I was heating up my lunch. Like, that's not what my lunch is supposed to smell like. And I realized it was the refrigerator.
Sorry. I should have checked that before.
It's not your fault. Some of the stuff people brought in those last couple of days and just didn't do anything with.
Yeah.
So no big deal
About it. Yeah, I think the office next to us is going to be.
Well, I don't know that we thought it would last this long. I thought 2-3 weeks at the most. In the beginning, I think there just wasn't enough information to know it was going to need this long.
Yes, I agree. Absolutely. I'm trying to like shift this so you guys can see better if you want to.
Yeah.
This is my favorite thing. It's like I think it's a 9x9. When I worked at Wilton, I got it here. I used to work going to Walmart or cake decorating stuff. I used to work at a company, and I used to handle Walmart, Kmart, and Sam's Club for them. And so they would have tent sales. And so, like, all the overstock, you would go in and, like, these pants that are, like, $15, $20, we would get for, like, 2. So I have a huge of them. Yeah. So if you but then I just wish I had about 4 of those. They're like the perfect brownie pan or anything that you put a lemon square. But yeah, so like I said, my mom has been making this like forever. I'm 52 almost, and I know my grandmother was doing this long before I was ever born. So, but it supposedly originated in St. Louis. It's like it's like toasted ravioli. If you've ever had toasted ravioli, that also was born in St. Louis. That's the claim to fame. And I think that those were pretty good contributions to life. Have you ever had them?
A toasted ravioli? No.
Toasted ravioli. Okay. That's on.
So you cook it you cook it regular. You boil it and then you toast it. You put it in the oven and make it crispy.
I actually bread it and fry it.
Oh, that's even better. That's so much better.
Yeah, it was originally at Mama Campbell's in St. Louis in 1947, where it actually originated. Yeah. And supposedly there's
I actually have a bag of frozen raviolis.
Yeah.
I have breadcrumbs and I have butter. So I might be trying something this weekend.
So the other thing that you do with them is then you dip them in marinara sauce. They're almost like,
Of course.
but you know, they're that much better because they could be filled with whatever.
Do you bake them or you deep fry them?
Well, if you're making them from scratch, you have to deep fry them.
Deep fry them. Mm-hmm.
You can buy them in the store now, and you can just make them. You know what I mean? Like you can just put them in the oven and bake them, or you can fry them. They're still very good.
I'm kind of a scratch-made cook, though. I like doing that.
Yeah, if you like it, then yeah, it's not. You'll find the recipe. It's called toasted ravioli, and you know I don't always get back to St. Louis because my family, both sides of my family were there, and my dad was in sales, so we ended up going east, and so my parents, going to mix this. This is the base, so first you're gonna make a base. Sorry, guys.
You're okay.
It's almost done. Here. So this is like the bottom of like a, you know, if you have like a lemon square.
Yeah. I do a shortbread bake for mine. I love it.
Okay, so, this is my favorite spatula. It makes me happy. I got
Definitely.
it at the top. I don't know. So all I did was spray this. And then here I mixed a yellow cake mix, 1 egg, and a stick of softened butter. And it was really soft. Usually I melt it, but then all you do is break it in here, and then you just press it down. And that's what I use the spatula for, because we're being safe right now. And I'm going to feed this to neighbors, so probably. Unless you want me to save you a piece, Cece.
I don't know. I'm gonna probably need to try it. I got to make sure it's decent, right?
Right. I think so. So anyway, you just press this in the bottom of your pan. And when you get this pressed in, you're going to put it in the oven. You preheat your oven to 350 degrees. And I'll post the recipes and pictures on the site if you want them. If not, I will send you, there's like 3 or 4 of us from high school that we've kind of reconnected over Facebook. And I wouldn't say we were like best friends in high school, but we had classes together. We had a great time. But anyway, there's like 3 or 4 of us that like cook, you know, and we enjoy it. And I would say I'm the lesser of the 3, but they actually started a Facebook page, and I'll send you an invite. It just says 2 T's. And if you make something that you really like, take a picture and post it. It's fun. Okay, so that's what it looks like.
Okay.
When I put it in the oven. Did you see it? I pressed it in the pan.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put that in the oven. Let me wash these off real quick. Sorry. But so then we're gonna make like the topping on it, you know, because it's like a 2. Have you had a lemon square? Like lemon bars, it's kind of like that, except there's no lemon. It's straight up just sugar and eggs and cake.
All the good stuff.
What?
Is that all the good?
All the good.
I started making lemon probably about 20 years ago.
Gotta have some butter.
Custard is my favorite.
What is?
Custard.
Oh, right. Like a vanilla.
Lemon square is the top, yeah, the top of it. And lemon square is lemon custard. It's my favorite. I love lemon.
So just in this bowl, I'm gonna put in 2 eggs. That's it. I had to wash my beaters. Just 2 eggs. So like I said, we're making the top. And then we're going to use a block of softened cheese. So, and basically while we're doing this, the you know, the bottom is actually cooking and getting a little bit more firm, you know, so it's not, it's, sorry. So really, Italian beef is from Chicago, which is where I lived before we moved here. My oldest was born there. And my husband worked for True Value, which is how we ended up here, because Lowe's came calling. Now,
nice.
yeah, so that's how we ended up down here. So this is a 32-ounce bag of powdered sugar, but it only requires 16. So when I made the other one, I used half of it in there. This I'm going to dump in here.
I love your method of measuring, Karyn.
Like that.
Can you make this without sugar? I know sugar makes everything better, but can you do like a sugar substitute or anything like that you would recommend?
I have not tried it, but I have thought about it. And if you read some of the sugar substitutes, they say you can.
Okay,
you know,
cool.
I would think if you had powdered sugar substitute that you probably could, because that's their claim, is that it's the same consistency, it's the same. Yeah. So, but the reality is you're going to eat about that much because it's so sweet. So, the other thing, like Paula Dean actually puts a little bit of vanilla. You know, like, who is it? Ina Garden. She likes her bourbon. You know, she likes her alcohol.
Yeah.
And right, and Paula Dean likes her butter and her cream. I am totally like a vanilla girl. I love vanilla. I think vanilla everything, but I don't put it in here because my mom's recipe didn't call for it. But you can put like a teaspoon or tablespoon if you like. Just gives it a little bit more of the vanilla, because it's not like lemon. There's not like you know, like that really strong lemon. It's just very much a vanilla, cream cheese and vanilla kind of thing. Sorry, guys. Okay, and that's it. Like as far as mixing it. So it's kind of funny because you know, when I first moved here 20 years ago, like no one had ever heard of this. And I was like, what do you mean? Like everybody.
I wasn't familiar.
But it really was like, you know, I want to say indigenous, but I guess to St. Louis, you know. And my family was actually from the South originally, but during the Depression, my grandfather moved to St. Louis, and my mom and her sisters were, well, my mom and her siblings were born there. My mom's one of 11. So, yeah, and I'm one of 6. So, yeah. So anyway, I'm just giving that a few minutes, and this is what it looks like. It's like a cake batter. Cake batter. There. So, and I'm just going to pour this on the top and then let it bake for like anywhere between 12 and 15 minutes. It depends on your oven. You know? So yeah. Some are more hot, and not in a sexy way. They're just more hot. But yeah, so, and it's funny, like my mom always called it a gooey butter coffee cake. And so when her sisters, because my mom, there were 8 sisters, and we had, I don't know, I would say out of the 11, we had 6 that lived right around us, and we all went to church together. And my mom and her sisters bowled on a bowling league together on Wednesday mornings, and all of us kids would go in the nursery, and we would wreak havoc in life. And this is Jackson, my son, and hey, say hi.
Hi.
He's ready to eat.
Yes.
Yeah, let me move. All right, he wants to toast it. So we have a toaster oven, so I'm moving away from the toaster oven. But, so anyway, so this is something that my mom would make, or she and a couple of my aunts and uncles would come over on Friday night, and my parents and my aunts and uncles would play pinochle. So, and we ran wild in the basement. It was great. It was great. I am kind of sad that my kids will never know that with their cousins, but They love their cousins. We see them once or twice a year. They're pretty amazing. So, okay, hold on, I'll check. Okay, it actually needs just a few more minutes, but that's it. Oh, look, he's having one. He's like, yes.
Wait. Make him eat it on camera. Should we know?
Oh, wait, Jackson's going to eat it on camera? No, he's going to eat it for, here, I will.
Just teasing.
So there's a close-up of what it looks like. That's what it looks like.
Wow.
Oh, wrong
So kind of like, it makes me think of buttermilk pie, but a little bit with the cake.
Yes, right.
Like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's got more of like a
I
brown.
love them.
But
Yeah.
I'm a blondie, I guess. Kind of.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, guys. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to eat another bite.
So I'm thinking when we're allowed to all gather again, we're gonna have to turn this into a supper club.
I would
Yeah.
love.
I had a group of girlfriends and we did a supper club. We ended up having to invite the husbands and the kids too because everybody wanted to eat the good food. But it started out as girlfriends in our supper club. And our thing was we picked a country and we spent a couple of weeks putting together dinners with different that country, and then we choose another country. We got a map with 3 stars at it to decide kind of what to next. So we had some pretty wild days, but it was a lot of fun.
That's really neat. I would love that.
We did have a couple where, yeah, there were things that just didn't work out. But like one of my favorite things, I made homemade spetzel.
Yeah.
That is a lot more work than it looks like when you buy the dried spetzel in the bag in the store. It's a lot different when you make it from scratch, but it's really good.
Mm-hmm. Okay, hold on.
That's what I do.
All right, no, that's fine. I was gonna take my son's plate and show it to you, but he's gone. He's going to eat, which is great. That's the point. So it's funny, like he's asked for this for his birthday dinner. So
Yeah, brilliant.
yeah, that's it. So okay. So as you can see, it's bumped up a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll put this way. And then just pour this on top. And then you put it back in the oven, and that's it.
How long does it go in the oven for total?
I would say it's about 20, 25 minutes.
Okay.
It depends. I usually do about 10 to 12, with just the crust.
Yeah.
And then I do 12 to 15, depending on, my oven runs pretty hot.
Okay.
So,
Does it brown or anything? How do you know when it's done? It does.
well, so it kind of gets like, you'll see it. It gets a little bit, in my oven, it gets a little bit brown, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But mostly you just use a toothpick.
Oh.
When it comes out clean.
And wait till it comes out clean.
Okay. Cool.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Because everybody's oven, I know, like every time I moved, because no, I was not an army brat, but maybe just a brat, but I moved probably, this was my 20th move to this house in my life. Like I said, my dad was in sales. So putting the timer on, otherwise I'll forget about it. But we moved a lot, and every time I've moved, I've had to get a new, I had to do a test one to make sure and watch it a little bit more, every time, because every oven runs a little bit different.
Yeah.
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 So my youngest daughter is not an Italian beef fan. And for years I tried to cook for like the whole family and it's difficult. so with that bread, I just tell her to make like a pizza bread. That's what she has for dinner.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. For a while it was
I
like,
love French bread pizza. That's a good idea.
so because a loaf does about 4 like good sized sandwiches, but for her it'd make like, a nice little pizza bread kind of thing. So yeah, that's it. But people always seem to like it whenever we take it places. So
I can't imagine why.
just sugar and eggs
It's perfect.
and a cake. There it is.
Yeah.
It's not to like. So yeah, so I ate that one and it's so sweet. I'm like, it's like,
Well done. Happy now.
Yeah. So that's it. I know the kids were like, make something that's strictly, I would have made bang bang shrimp because that's like super easy. People like that. But I made that last time. I didn't give the recipe, but I made it. But it's really good.
Well, that's what made me think of this. Everybody thought it was so cool that you were just cooking while we were having happy hour that first time. And I was like, we have to do this.
I was like, I don't know. I know I got to feed these people. Yeah. But I like to cook. So if I ever start cooking, there's usually a point in my life where I need to like reevaluate and reset myself. So I like to cook. I do also, or I used to, I don't do it as much now. Like bulk cook. I've been doing that since 20 years.
Yeah.
And I usually do about 15 meals at a time, or at least a meat portion a meal, because most people eat the same things.
Yeah.
And that,
Yeah.
people eat the same things. So like, usually taco night is Tuesday. So, you just have to cook enough ground beef, but it's easier if it's ready to go, especially during our busy season. Or I can tell the kids, hey, get this out, or I can get up in the morning and throw the taco meat in a crock pot and put it on low, and it can, be done by the time dinner rolls in, even if I'm tied up somewhere else. So it just, it gets expensive to eat out. And the longest time we were all on different schedules because Jeffrey had basketball and Charlotte had volleyball and Gabrielle was doing this. And it was too much. So it was easier to have something at home. And
Definitely.
Yeah, they also like when I make fried chicken. So, but
That's what I did for my parents for a long time. I go over on Sunday afternoons after church and cook all of their meals for the week and put them up in the refrigerator with the reheat. So all they had to do.
yeah.
The
So what are they doing now? Like, is there someone that lives close by that helps with them?
So I actually, about a year and a half ago, so it took me 4 tries after I moved back from Brooklyn. It took 4 tries to finally move out because I moved into their house to take care of them. And it took me 4 tries to move out. That was bold. That was my bold goal for my first bold. It had nothing to do with sales, nothing at all. Although I did head into the team from bold. But that was the big deal part of it because I had done that for so long, taking care of my book. I was the cleaner, I was the grocery shopper. I still do a lot of the financial support. But I had, when I finally moved, I had been volunteering with Meals on Wheels for a little over 2 years at that time. And I got had qualified for it. And my mom had a heart attack, so she qualified for it. So the whole family on Meals on Wheels. So they have what they go to the grocery store for. Their kind of standard stuff, I've got friends who hunt and who give them venison. So they at least have that, for a lot of their, but that's, Meals on Wheels is what gets them through. They did a big delivery 2 weeks ago. They put up and they did a big delivery on Monday.
Yeah, my mom, when about the last year my dad was alive, just because it was so hard for her to do anything because, when you have Alzheimer's, he was like up in the middle of the night, and then like she would be, getting up with him all night, and then she'd finally get him to bed, and then like she might get 3 or 4 hours of sleep, and then she would get up and get a shower, and sometimes he would get up and he would just be screaming because he's like, everybody left me, where is everybody? You know what I mean? Like he had no concept of anything.
Yeah,
So to speak.
that's tough.
Yeah, and so she's like, I'm thinking about having meals delivered. There's a place through the hospital, I guess, that you could sign up, and it was X amount of meal, and so, but it was very balanced and very healthy, and so she would do that when my dad was alive. She did it 3 days a week because it was just easier for her. And then she's actually continued it because she's such a hermit, and I'm super happy because I've never been so happy that she's a hermit as I am right now. Like she hasn't been out of the house for 4.5 weeks. I mean, other than to like, she sits out on her back porch, or she'll go get the mail. Like she's perfectly content staying at home. She left one day this week and went and took her mail. Went by the post office, paid all her bills, put it. So, but I've never been so happy for her to be a hermit as they are right now.
Yeah.
I've had the same thing about my mom. My dad, I wish, was more of a hermit. He's an extreme person. And I talked to them about a week ago, and I was like, he goes out 3 or 4 times a day. I don't know where he goes. I don't know what he's bringing back into this house. Oh, Lord. So the 2 of them, and it's my brother. He became severely disabled 15 years ago. That was the right that got me back from Brooklyn.
Okay. Is he still living with them?
Yes, he has to.
Okay. It's probably kind of a win-win for both of them. At least someone's there, I guess.
So he had a ruptured brain aneurysm. So he's paralyzed on his left side and has a right frontal lobotomy. They had to take part of his brain out to save his life. So some interesting challenges with that. So that's he's not allowed to live on his own or manage his own finances, like that, because he's not really capable of making logical choices.
Rachel, are you from here?
I'm sorry, I missed it.
Are you from here?
No, I'm from Houston, Texas.
Really? How did you get here, or how long have you been here?
I've been here since 2016, October 2016, and my whole family just kind of migrated up to this region of the country, so I thought I'd follow. So family's important. It's close. For sure. So
yeah, we had Neil's brother and his sister-in-law, and then his sister and his brother-in-law. They came in January to my son play one basketball game, and all of our kids are one of them, like their kids are gone and married, and then his sister, her kids are all my kids' age, but they're like, yeah, we're going for the weekend because they have family that lives there, and so it was kind of fun. Like I grew up with family, but I love my in-laws. We had the best time. It was in January. Who knew the chaos that was going to ensue shortly after? My sister-in-law and my brother-in-law, well, my brother-in-law and his wife, they're both realtors with Remax, and Eric's been one for 30 years. And his wife, Devon, she was funny. She doesn't work with him. She works on a different team entirely. But But she said she was exhausted. She did 5 video. They're in Illinois. They're downstate. And she did 5 video showings the other. She's been so tired. She's like, it's so exhausting because, you know, they're asking a million questions, and rightly so, you know, because they can't see the property. So yeah. But they were here in January, and we had a great time that entire weekend. So yeah, I miss family. I grew up, I've got 34 first cousins. My mom's one of 11. So,
How many kids do you have?
Do I have, or in my family?
Do you have?
I have 3. I have
Okay.
Gabrielle. She just turned 21 in January, and she's technically a senior, but she'll graduate next May. And then Jackson is a senior in high school, and he's headed down to UNC Wilmington.
Wow.
And then Charlotte she turned 16 in 2 weeks. Like in 2 weeks.
Lost track of the days already.
I had no idea. I said to Jackson, I said, what day is it? Tuesday? He's like, no, it's Thursday. And we looked at her, no, wait, it's Wednesday. Like, I do need those days of the week. I know what day it is.
Close on Friday. Friday holiday. Oh my God, I have to do 2 days worth of work tomorrow. Like, wait, how does this work?
It was so bad. Like the week before all this shut down, you know, we're just in melee, like trying to find stuff.
Yeah.
And it was like, I think every day I got up was Thursday. Like, no, it's Tuesday. Oh, okay. And then I get up and go, it's Thursday. No, it's Wednesday. And then Thursday I was like, it's Wednesday. Oh, it's Thursday. And then Friday I was like, okay, it's Thursday. Karyn, there's only one Thursday in a week. Okay.
Are you sure? Are you sure there's only one Thursday?
There's only one Thursday in a week. That's it. I'm resetting the timer because it's not quite done.
So my hope,
Excellent.
Karyn, is that since you've made 2 batches, there will be just one for you on Friday.
I'll make sure there's some on Friday. Definitely. I'm eating a French fry and Samson thing. So far for dinner, I've had a gooey butter cake and French fry.
Sunday, that's the place to be. Listen, I made cheesy nachos in the oven and ate them with salsa. That was my dinner. I'm pretty sure after watching you make the gooey butter cake, I'm going to go mix up the pan of brownies that I have. I need something like that.
Oh. Hey, buddy.
I have to put a man bun on him soon. I know.
So
He likes
cute.
to smell what you've eaten. He wants to know what he missed out on.
Oh, yeah.
He's the best. He's love it. I'm telling you, the dogs and the cats are the true winners in this thing.
Mm.
Do you have any pets, Rachel?
I have a dog.
What kind of dog do you have?
She's a little, I think she's a terrier, like Jack Russell Chihuahua Dachshund mix. She's a cartoon character.
I love that. He was a rescue, and he is. We did the DNA on him, the dog DNA,
Yeah.
and he is pretty much a Yorkie too, which is what we figured. But he has some Jack Russell in him and a little bit of Chihuahua, and I'm like, thank God that didn't come out because those Chihuahuas can get him. And you see,
Yep.
he's just a baby.
So cute.
She's such a snuggly.
Oh, he's discovered my daughter was eating. Wait a minute. I could have some of that, he said.
Yeah.
We have conversations with him, even though he doesn't know it. Is your cat still sitting outside? See? Is your cat still outside?
Yes. So I can look out the window. She's on the chair. Oh, her eyes are open now. She's on her side,
She knows we're talking.
facing me. So she's facing the back side of the chair, and her back feet, all of her feet are stuck out in front of her, and she's in such a spot that her feet are hanging off. Her hands and her feet are hanging off the back of the chair. So she's lifted her head up and she's yawning at me now. I'm talking about you.
It's getting dark over here, and I thought I heard. Is
Yeah,
it getting dark where you guys are?
It's stunning, yeah.
Where are you, Rachel?
I'm in Cornelius.
You are. Where do you
Yeah.
live? Like,
Admiral's quarters.
oh yeah, nice.
I'm in the older side, but yeah, it is a nice neighborhood. It's fun.
I'm in Victoria Bay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm looking in like just north of us, like in Mooresville. It looks dark. So I'm like, this must rain.
It may rain.
It's rained.
It looks like it might rain. So we sent the dog outside, let him be happy for himself.
It does look like it's supposed to be pretty cloudy overnight, but it's supposed to clear up midday tomorrow.
Not that I'm showing property.
4 o'clock tomorrow.
You what?
Windy sign.
Does it look like it's done?
But I'm not seeing any rain, so hopefully it's just clouds.
No.
Yeah.
Give it a couple.
Yeah, Cece, I grew up with cats.
Oh, and see, I didn't. I'm the first person in the family to have cats. I grew up with dogs. My dad trained hunting dogs. My dad gave my mom as a wedding present a teacup chihuahua and bred her teacup chihuahua a couple of times. So I had baby chihuahua fluff balls in my playpen. We have pictures of me in the playpen and baby chihuahua fluff balls.
How cute.
And my dad had a basset hound, 180-pound basset hound. Yo-Yo was enormous. He was literally my horse until I was 4. I literally would sit on his back and he'd walk around the yard. So he was my horse. And then of rejected hunting dogs as pets. One of them turned out to be deaf. He was the sweetest one. I was trying for a year and couldn't figure out the dog was deaf. Come on now. My first dog was a
I'm still
golden
trying to get over the fact that he was 108 pounds.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get over
So my first dog was a golden retriever, and we had a couple of chihuahuas over the years. Longest we ever went without a dog was, Sandy died, I think it was just after Christmas, my senior year of high school. And we went that entire, end of school, almost through the summer. And a week before, we had to drive me to college and move me in. A week before that happened, my dad was sitting in the living room. He was watching the news on. There was a commercial on, and he just said, out of the blue, "I miss having a dog." My mom was waiting for him to get over the grief. Because we'd always had a dog, we never were without one long period without a dog. So the next day, my brother and I went to the pound, found Bandit, and she was part Beagle and the most amazing dog ever. We called her Bandit because she had the bandit mask around her eye. We had her all the way through. Gosh, she didn't die until after my brother's aneurysm. She was important part of his first couple of years. The dogs we've had since then have been therapy dogs, emotional support dogs for Tate, because he had a lot of anxiety and a lot of paranoia since his brain doesn't process information quite the way it should.
Wow.
So, and I got a cat. So I'm the first one who got a cat. I graduated from college. School. I was in an apartment building to allow them. every day on the floor had a dog. So I figured if I got a cat that was going to be quiet and not taken for a walk, I was so lonely. My first black cat, a kitten that was born in somebody's backyard, and his name was Miles. And then my second cat was a white cat, Angel.
Oh.
And then I'm on my so I have a thing for black cats. It's my thing.
Yeah.
When I got Angel, I had taken Miles to the vet, and somebody had brought in a neighbor had broken into the next door house and rescued a mama cat and kittens that had just been born and took them to the vet. And Angel was the only one left. There had been 4 kittens just left when I took Miles into the vet day, and so I went in with 1 cat and came out with 2. With Angel, it was kind of work. 1 black cat, 1 white cat.
Yeah. Matching pair.
Right.
That's crazy. I think it might be.
I like the sassiness of cats.
Yeah.
It suits me. It really does. And Shadow's terrible. I mean, she's a terrible apple cat. Like every meme you've ever seen for that, she blows out of the water. Oh, look at the devil. You want to come up and see everybody? Here we go.
Oh, so pretty. Very handsome.
If you've ever
Why did you come in?
her, I cat on a leash. She wears a red harness, and I literally attach a leash, and we go for walks.
Aw. That's cute.
All right. Starving. I need to, especially after this call. All the sweets and stuff like that. I hope I stay on keto. I'm just kidding. It was kind of a joke.
I know it's sweet. So, yep.
You don't want me cooking because I make candy a lot, quite well. And you can't make candy with sugar. So my specialty is burnt sugar candy. So caramel sauce and caramel candy is my specialty. I can use my father's oldest recipes. And burnt sugar candy.
If you guys want, I'll post these if you want them. And
Yeah, definitely.
like I'm getting Snapchats. It's like, anyway, that's it, guys. And Cece, I will see you on Friday.
Yep.
Yep.
Great.
Thank you guys.
Awesome. Thanks,
Talk to
Karyn.
you
Y'all
later.
have your
Bye.
dinner.
All right, thank you.
Bye.